So you want to be able to do power shots in FIFA 23. So if I just show you a quick example of what a power shot is, as we see here, it is literally a rocket. Now the way to do this is a variety of ways in terms of the shot itself, but in terms of the actual controls, if you go to the top of your controller, the only thing I don't know is PC, is all you've got to press is the top two buttons. So it is technically on FIFA, LB and RB, and you hold them together and you could see them line up a shot. You'll know full well if it's a power because it will take a little bit longer than if you was to press B. So for instance, if I get the ball back now, a normal shot, if I just get the ball, is a simple B. It's a quick little wind up. There's nothing too crazy, and that is what it is. That's just a normal shot. If I'm looking for the power, you'll see, for instance, if we go from long range, you'll see that wind up there. It's a big wind up, and it leads to a power shot. That is what it's called. These can be done in many different ways. You have just got your standard. You have got one from a volley, which most definitely we've seen a lot of montages that end with something like I think it's an El Tornado into like a flick, and you go for the volley, and you can see just off there it wasn't quite the greatest example, but you saw the dip come off it. The only thing that I don't know, if you can't do it necessarily from a rainbow flick, let's see if Fabian can do it. Okay, maybe not. You can also obviously go for the power and then fake it. So if you wind it up, you can fake it and cancel it off, which leads to a very good fake shot. If obviously the opponent knows you're winding up for it, that's going to be brilliant to let them believe and either try and block the shot or obviously overcommit themselves going forward. If you want a little bit more help, you have got the trainer. So if we are showing what's recommended here, we want to go off, we can get all of this off. Shot target, directional runs, no. Switch indicator, defender trainer, movement off. Then we don't need the buttons because they are more than annoying. But if you have the shot target, as we see here, it's just this one. Obviously time finishing is on if it is on. But we should get, I thought I turned that one off, but basically, if you are practicing, you are brand new to the game, you should now get a little line that will show you where the goal is. Now, if I show you a little bit close to the goal, the best thing about this is you can train yourself, and this is why it's called a trainer. You can see, if we pass it forward, you can line it up with the goal. So until you get very confident with obviously being through on goal and knowing where you're aiming, that is a perfect example. The only thing that is rather annoying is you will get it in normal shots as well. So it is a half and half with that kind of big arrow that is sitting behind you. You will have to endure that for the time being. I don't get why I've got this thing on. I don't know if that's just the focus areas, but as we show you a normal shot, you should see the same shot power here. Again, it can be a little bit off-putting, but if you are brand new to the game, maybe you are adjusting your game style to show you a different way that you can shoot. Obviously, the power shot is very, very good if you've got a lot of space. If you've got that space, you know full well that you've got the time to line up that shot. It is not necessarily unsavable, but it's very, very hard to save, especially in this sort of element here. If you've got the time to get the shot, obviously the keeper hasn't come off, it's very, very hard to miss out on it. And if you can sneak it in there, you can pretty much guarantee yourself a goal. The only thing that really stops it, and that is a very loose term of stops it, is moving the keeper into the right space. Again, that one is very, very hard to do, but you can see here, going near post, going far post, if you are very adjust to knowing where your passes are going, you can really justify it. And even just here, a hit and hope through can give you that rebound. The power shot is definitely a tool to use more so away from the Elite Division. Elite Division, you've got to have the space because they will definitely plop it off quite easily. You will find that most definitely they are not going to give you enough space to be able to get it off a lot of the time. If obviously you are looking for the volley sort of style as well, you can technically flick it up yourself and go for the big one across goal there. It will have a dip in motion because you are hitting under the ball, and obviously physics do still go with this game, arguably sometimes, but obviously with the flick up you can obviously really change how the power shot is done. Like we can see, you can go for obviously the dip under, you go for the standard off the floor, and that is the way you do it. LBRB, and you literally just hit and hope. But I do think the trainer will help if obviously you are starting, because otherwise you kind of don't know where it's going unless you are aiming and you know where the goal specifically is. Let me know if this helped. Any comments? I'll get to you.